Hello. I'm making sure all of this is pulled up. I have missed you guys. It's been a few weeks since I've been able to go live just from craziness. I know that we had Shelby fill in for us when I did my transfer. So thank you so much, Shelby, for filling in. That was so good. If y'all did not go catch that, make sure you catch it. And then last week I was on the cruise, and a lot of my leaders were on the cruise. So there really wasn't a lot of people to be able to step in for me. So I am here with you though tonight. This is so exciting. I hope you guys are super excited. It is the second to last training. Next week's training, I may have to do it at a different time. I'll keep you posted. Just because it's the holidays, I will be going to Gatlinburg that day. So I may have to do it like that morning, or I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll let you know. But y'all say hello when you jump on. Hi, Stacy. Hi, everybody. Y'all make sure you tag your teams. Send this in the chats. I'm going to send this in my chats, I think. I'm going to try to. Okay. Hi, everybody. Give y'all a second to jump on. Yes, here we go. Okay. Jumping in. Hello, Kelly. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Tanya. Y'all, we had a blast on the cruise. I mean, the last day was not a blast. Okay. I'm just going to be honest. I really was like, just get me off this boat. But we made it here. We made it safe and sound. And it was just awesome to be with. There was 8 of us from Beauty from Ashes that earned it. So I'm super proud of that. And it was just a great night and week and just all the things. It was so good. Hi, Renee. Hello. Okay, I have sent in all my chats. Now, let me pull up my notes for tonight's Zoom. I hope you have some pen and paper out and some notes. I hope you come to these calls ready to learn, not just to listen. We're going to kind of talk about that here in a second. But tonight, we're going to talk about growing your personal brand. And I know we've talked about this before, but I don't think some of you are catching on to it, or you need to hear it again. You know, as a teacher, I always told my kids that sometimes they had to hear something like 70 times before it finally clicked with them. So maybe tonight will be the night that it clicks with you, or as you keep rewatching it and coming back and all the things that it clicks with you. But tonight we're going to talk about growing your personal brand and a little bit about Instagram and some tips and tricks with that as well. So I want you to be thinking right now, this is a little bit of just some mindset things before we dive into this, but why did you join pharmacy? Did you join pharmacy for the community? Put it in the comments. Did you join it to pay for your groceries? Did you join it to quit your 9-to-5 job? Did you join it to get out of debt? Why did you join pharmacy? Y'all let me know. Hi, Sheila. Hi, everybody. How many of you put in the chat what you joined from? Did you join because it was an awesome discount? Why did you join? Okay. Discount, Stacy. Yes. Hi, Donita. Hi, Amanda. Hello. Looking at my computer too and the screen. I want you to pause and think. And as you dig a little bit deeper, besides those of you that just joined for the discount, this part really doesn't apply to you. But I want you to think, have you accomplished what you set out to do? Maybe there was a certain income that you were trying to make, or maybe you did used to make it and you have it now, or you did for a little bit and then you fell back, or you were super close to hitting your goal, but then you fell back. And you may say, I'm not where I want to be in my business. How many of you can say that? How many of you can say, I'm not where I want to be or where I need to be? Some of you need this, right? I need this. I have to have this. It provides for my family. It provides for this. If y'all didn't hear, I am pregnant. It did not provide for this sweet baby. I need this, right? Okay, to help my husband financially, me, and now helping others, me. Yeah. See? Okay, so good. At least you're realizing I am not where I need to be. Okay. And maybe some of you have just been distracted, right? Maybe you've had some people in your ears, or you've seen some people and you're letting these things consume you, or maybe life has just happened, and that's okay, right? We all get distracted. I'm not going to sit here and say that I haven't gotten distracted, because we all have. We've all taken our eyes off the prize, okay, per se, whatever that goal is, right? We've all kind of gotten distracted and looked elsewhere before. I want to grow. I've been in a major slump. Yeah, and it happens. It really does in this industry. But I want you to get back to the basics and get excited about doing this again. Do you guys remember when we would do bloom camps and boot camps and bingos and y'all would just have fun with the business? I think so many times you guys put so much pressure on yourselves to get sales and get sales and get recruits and recruits that you forget the fun in this. There is fun. And if you're not enjoying it, your audience is going to see that. They're going to see that you're not enjoying what you're doing. So you may be distracted, but it's time to refocus. As we get into 2024, I want you to bring it in and I want you to refocus. What do you need to bring back into alignment? What do you need to get refocused on? Okay. Put your blinders on. Don't get distracted. Don't let life situations, y'all, life is going to happen every day. I'm just here to say it. It's not just going to be a 1 week and 1 month here. Like it's life. Okay. You've got to remind yourself on why you decided to do this. Put your blinders on and make a commitment and do something about it. Some of you aren't making commitments to yourself. You're not making a commitment to your business and you're doing nothing about it. It's time to shift and it's time to get excited again. It's time to start just loving what you do. Do what you love. Stop putting so much stress on yourself and have fun with it. When you have fun with it, I think your network sees that a lot more than I'm trying to get sales, I'm trying to get sales, I'm trying to get sales. Numbers suck, numbers suck. Like, just have fun with it again, okay? Because we've all done it. We've all gotten distracted. We've all been in slumps. We've all done that, right? But we've got to get into some sort of process or a system that we're going to commit to doing because that's when breakthrough happens. Well, I've had about 10 girls really do the 90-day run with me this last 90 days. And it has been a process that they have had to commit to. And some of them hit their highest rank last month. Some of them hit some of their highest paychecks. They're getting new recruits. They're getting new followers. They're getting new sales. But why? It's because they committed to doing something. So what are you going to commit to doing? I'm not saying you need to commit to a 90-day run or a 90-day jog or anything like that. But we've got to commit to doing something because when you are committed, that's when the breakthrough happens. Okay. Got it? Okay. It's been amazing. Good, good, good. Okay. And you guys, you cannot give what you don't have. So if you don't have joy in doing this, if you don't have encouragement, if you don't have fun doing this, you can't give that to people. If you don't have hope, if you don't have just inner peace, you can't give that out. That's why we have to continually fill our cup because we're pouring out in this industry. And if you're not filling your cup, right, whether it's podcasts or doing your devotionals, whatever it is, if you're not filling your cup, you can't pour out. I can't pour to you guys if I'm not filling my cup. And I think that that's what happens a lot. So we've got to get refocused. Bring your attention back to why you started 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 1 month ago. Bring it back into alignment. Maybe you need to write it on your mirror. Maybe you need to write your goal on your mirror that you see it every single day and you make a commitment to why you're going to get there and how you're going to get there. And you don't get distracted and you don't let the slump get you down. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's kind of talk about our brand. I hope that was encouraging. I hope you guys feel inspired and ready to do this. But let's talk a little bit about your brand. So one thing that I will say is some of you are, you've knocked this out of the park. You know your brand, your content is booming, right? Because you've mastered this. All right. If your content is not booming and you haven't mastered this, it's because you're taking bits and pieces and making it your own. You're not really doing what I'm encouraging you to do. You're saying, oh, I kind of want that part. Oh, I can't commit to doing that part. Oh, I'm not going to try that part. You know, that's what my dad always says. He's a pastor and he takes the Bible, and he's done this illustration before, and the New Testament Bibles, and he'll say that as a Christian, sometimes we say, oh, I don't want this page to apply to me. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. Like, we want to make the Bible fit us. I think sometimes that's what we do in business is you don't take these trainings and go and implement them. You implement bits and pieces. Instead of, if you would just implement all of it together, you may really see that breakthrough, and just try it out. I'm not saying you have to stick to it every day for, 4 years, but stick to it and see the growth instead of trying to take bits and pieces to it. Okay. And apply, because that's right. Apply it all to your business. We can't just make it what we want it to be, right? We have to take these things and do all of them. Okay. Because if you took bits and pieces of these trainings, you would already be at your goal. But that hasn't worked, right? It hasn't worked. So I am encouraging you to follow this process and try to see what it will do for your business, because I really think that this may be when it can break through for you. Okay, so when it comes to Instagram and just your Facebook and in general social media, there are some apps that can help you. So I want you to write these down. I'm not going to do a deep dive into them. Go deep dive into them yourselves, but these are ones that I have heard about, I have played around with, I have used all the things. So Phonto, Phonto, it's an editing app. Facetune, that's an editing app too. Like if you want to make your teeth whiter. I mean, I wouldn't change your complexion. I mean, we sell makeup, right? Most of us, that's our passion. We don't want to edit that, but you can blur out backgrounds and stuff like that. Those are 2 editing apps, Facetune and Phonto. InShot, that's a great one with Instagram. Repost, that's one that I use if I need to download a reel and share it elsewhere. It will repost it elsewhere. There's ChatGPT, which y'all know I love about that. And then there's an app called Captions, and this caption app help puts the captions on top of your videos. So make sure you have those. Go play around with them. Canva's another great one. But these are going to be really key into helping you brand yourself. Okay. So the first thing when it comes to growing your personal brand, you have to pick a style. Okay. And you need to stay dialed in on this style. So many of you are confusing your networks because you're all over the place. Okay. So a style could be that you're an influencer. A style could be that you love memes. A style could be quotes, like you live off of quotes. A style could be that you have a certain theme page, right? Like makeup over 40 or tips and tricks for whatever. Okay, whatever. It could be a certain theme. DIY projects, infertility, whatever. Okay, you have a certain theme. Or it could be that your page is all about funny. So you need to pick a style, because your money goes where your attention flows. So where your attention is directed, that's where the money and the growth and the hitting the goals and all those things is going to happen. But when you're all over the place, your network is confused as crap, and they're like, what in the world am I doing? Your people need to know who you are. Are you being loud? Are you being authentic? Are you being enthusiastic? Some of you aren't getting loud enough. People don't even know you sell. They're wondering, do you even sell anymore? Because you haven't posted, you haven't gone live, you haven't done reels. Are you living out loud? Do people know who you are? And you need to have a dialed in following. So many times I hear people say, oh, I only have 2,000 followers, but those 2,000 followers are dialed in. They are all in on everything that you are posting. I would rather have a dialed in following than 100,000+ following that's not dialed in. So I really want you to know that if you have a more specific dialed in following, like they follow you because they know they're going to find this when they come to your page, that's more profitable than just having thousands of followers, because people are going to fly off and fall off because they're like, why do I even follow this girl anymore? I used to follow her because she did makeup tips and tricks. Now she's just posting all these videos about her cats and her dogs. And now she's just posting all of these like other people cooking, not even her cooking. Like she's just sharing everybody else's stuff. She's not even making her own content, and they're going to fall off. You need to have a dialed in following. Okay. because they are going to be all in on you. So that means they're going to be all in when they buy from you. They're going to be all in when they support you, when they join you, all those things. So pick a lane and stay in it. Some of you are all over the place and you're just throwing things at walls and hoping that it sticks. Pick a lane and stay in it, okay? Because your content is going to stop showing you if you're all over the place. I hear people all the time, no one likes my stuff. No one comments. No one gets on my likes. No one does this. Honestly, it's probably because your content is all over the place and people are confused. A confused mind doesn't buy. Pick a lane, pick a style, and stay in it. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, you need to get your profile picture right. Okay, your profile picture should be the same on all platforms, is my suggestion. And honestly, your pic should be you. You are the brand, not your dog, not your cat, not your kids. I love sharing my daughter, but she's not my profile pic, right? You are the brand. So the picture should be you. It shouldn't be a quote. It shouldn't be a meme. It shouldn't be, it should be you. Okay, so make sure that's how you're, because you are the brand. So that's just a little tip right there, that you need to have you as the profile picture. Number three, get your bio right. Okay, your bio in all of your platforms. When I see your bio, I should know what I'm going to find when I come to your page. So ask yourself these questions. How do you help people? What makes you credible? What will people learn from you when they come to your page? And have a link to your page, your landing page. Some of you have link trees, whatever. Have a link to that. Okay, because people don't care how cool you are, how many followers you are. They want you to help them and they need to know that. So your biography should say that. It shouldn't just say, oh, I'm a mom, I have 4 kids, I'm a wife, I live in Alabama. No, that doesn't tell me how I help people. That doesn't tell me what makes me credible. That doesn't tell me what people are going to learn from me, right? You need to have that in your biography. So maybe some of you need to edit your biography. Go let ChatGPT tell them about yourself. Let them create a biography in 30 words or whatever. Okay, but you need to have a specific biography so that when they go to your page, you're going to say, this is what I'm going to find. Not cats, dogs, makeup looks, skincare look, like just hone in. Okay, some of you are all over the place. I'm so glad, Angela, that has helped you. Okay, number 4, your content strategy. I'm telling you right now, video is your number 1 way to grow your social media. It just is. That is where you build credibility, and that is where you connect with people on video. So if you're not doing reels and you're not doing lives, you are missing the boat. I'm just telling you, you are. If you're wanting to do this for whatever your goal is, just making a post is not going to be enough. Your content needs to be videos. That is the most effective way. When you are making these videos, you need to think, what would I learn from watching this video? What is your network going to learn when they watch that reel? What are they going to learn when they watch that video, when they watch that live? What are they going to learn? That's what you are here to do. We are helping people learn. What are they going to find out? Okay, because it's about them. It's not about you. We are in this for people. It is about them. It's not about you. Okay, when you do these videos, you need to start quick. Don't do these long intros and, hey, everybody, how are you? Welcome. You don't like, start quick, because replay watchers ain't going to want to do that. They're going to sit there and they're just going to ignore it. Okay, no one wants to sit there and listen to you talk about your day for 15 minutes. Jump in, get a quick intro and go. Same thing with your reels. Quick intro and go. You need to be clear, okay? Stop trying to just be clever and catchy and whatever. Be clear on what people are going to find when they watch your videos. When you do reels or TikToks or whatever, 1 minute is like probably the max that I would really focus on, unless you're giving them some meat and potatoes for a minute and a half. Okay. 1 minute is great. Less than that is even better because our attention span's real short. Y'all know that you don't sit there and always watch the 1 minute videos, right? You like the short and sweet. Hello, Ronnie. All right, number 5, 80-20 formula. I know we've talked about this before, but I need to say it again. Your content needs to be 80% of why people are following you. What are they going to find when they come to your page? Why you? All those questions I asked you about how do people know that you're credible? How do you help people? What will people learn from you? All of those things, 80% of that is what your content needs to be focused around. 20% is where you're sharing maybe more some of that personal, other topics, little things here and there, right? We want people to know why they're coming to you. They don't really care about your cats and your dogs, right? I mean, you can throw it out there, but that's not why they're following you. They're following you for a different reason, and that's what content they want to see. Okay, if I started posting about my dogs and not infertility or pharmacy stuff, my network would be like, what is she talking about? Like, we don't even know her dogs. Like, what? Okay, so we need to really follow that formula. Maybe you go to ChatGPT and you help use ChatGPT for ideas, scripts. Some of you are so scared on what to say on a live or on a reel. Go tell ChatGPT to write you a 1 minute script on whatever it is, and they'll write it for you, and you go memorize it and you go talk, right? Use these resources for you. Ask it for bullet points, ask it for quotes. Okay, now you do need to mix up your content. I'm not saying that you need 3 wall posts a day. You need a wall post, you need reels, you need lives, and you need to live in your stories. Okay, maybe your wall posts, here's some suggestions, write these down, okay? Maybe your wall posts are your lifestyle, your family, memes, quotes, health, a funny video, book recommendations, never politics, never. Reels, maybe your reels, a business lesson, a personal story, a money lesson, a mindset conversation, a spiritual conversation, health, fitness, lifestyle, no politics. Alive, all of those things, the same thing that I just said. And you pick maybe one from each category. I'm not saying you pick the same one from each, that your wall post, your reel, and your live are all the same. No, mix it up. Choose a different one from each category. Mix up that content. Okay. When it comes to Instagram, your short form videos, and we're almost done because I want y'all to go implement this. There are 2 options that you really have when you're creating these. Option 1 is when you're making your reel, you have a hook, you have a problem, and you have a solution to it. Or option B, you have a hook, and then you have either an information, a tip, a hack, a trick, whatever. I personally prefer A, but you can do both, a mix of both. But the hook is so important. I'm grabbing your attention in the first few seconds for why I'm going to keep watching. If your video does not have a hook, people will not watch it. You need to grab people's attention, hook them, think. I'm going to teach you 5 ways to save money. That's a general one, right? But what's another one? Today, when I did my announcement on pregnancy, I said, we've been keeping a secret. Everyone's probably like, what? What's the secret? What's going on? Right? You need a hook. And then you can talk about the problem, and then you offer the solution, or a hook, and then you do information with a tip, trick, or hack. All right. Now, ChatGPT, like I said, can be a great resource. You can tell it, write me a 1 minute script with the hook of blah, 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 that talks about the problem is blah, 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 and the solution that I have is blah, blah, blah. And it's going to write you a 1 minute script that has a hook, a problem, and a solution. And it's going to keep it nice and condensed for you. Okay. Use what you are given, add your own twist, and implement it in your stuff. Some of you are staring at the wall and you're like, I don't even know where to start. I don't know what to talk about. There are resources out there for you. You have to go use them. Okay? You need to be posting a minimum of 3 times a day. A minimum. People in my run group, they're posting 5, 7 times a day. A minimum of 3 times a day. And choose different, someone's getting a call. Choose different times. Maybe you do like 9, 12, and 6, a morning, afternoon, and an evening. What works for your network? But you have got to be consistent. So I challenge you for 90 days. Maybe you wait till January 1st, or maybe you start now. You're like, no, what, Ashley? No, I'm not waiting till January 1st. I've still got a week and a couple days left of this month, and I'm going to rock it out. I hope that's your mindset. I hope it's not, I'm going to wait till January 1st. But you need to commit and have a consistent, like, I'm going to do this 3 times a day. I'm going to make 3 posts a day. But not just a post to a post. Let's go back to the very beginning where I said it needs to be a style of who you are and why people follow you. If you don't know it, go figure it out. Go figure out what you're passionate about. What can you sit and talk about for hours? What can you educate people about? What can you train people about? What can you guide people about? What value do you have? There is something that you are valuable about. And if you don't know, you go learn something and then you come and teach it to your network. But be consistent. Be consistent in whatever you do, whatever you decide to do. Okay, number 6, you need to write at least like a really good caption a day. Like something that's going to like punch people in their guts, like get them excited. They're going to be pumped to, read what you're writing, or they resonate with it, or they want to interact with it. Something that like really makes people like stop in their tracks. Which then, number 7, says that you're going to engage with your network. Engage with the comments. Maybe you incentivize people to participate in that post. That is so important. Some of you have people commenting and you never respond to them, or nobody's commenting on your page. I can tell you they're not commenting on your page because they're not seeing it. Or maybe you're only posting pharmacy and they're like, oh my gosh, she's just trying to get another sale from me. If you scroll your page and all you see is pharmacy, you're not doing the 80-20. You're not doing the 80-20. All righty. How do you guys feel about this? Do you feel encouraged? Do you feel excited? Do you have a plan? You've got to hone in on your brand. I'm going to shout Mindy Jean out right now. She has just finally figured out what her niche is and what her, like, who she's honing in on. And Homegirl has like 144,000 followers in a matter of like a month, because she figured out that she wanted to do tips and tricks for women over their 40. She found a reel that she loved that someone did. She made it her own and she went freaking viral. And now every single post that she is making is about women in their 40 makeup tips and tricks. What is it that you have that you can add value to? And again, I'm not saying it has to be all pharmacy. I'm not saying your niche has to be pharmacy. Not at all. I follow tons of network marketers that their niche is not their brand, is not their company. Their niche is they're teaching people how to do Instagram reels, or they're teaching people how to make sales or whatever, but they're getting a following from it. So then people are paying attention to their stories and their other posts where they are doing sales, where they are recruiting people. What is it that you are passionate about, and make that your brand and hone in on it. Stop sharing mindless stuff that has no importance, because you're not going to grow. You're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay in a slump. All righty. I hope this encouraged you guys. I love you bunches. We have 2 massive sales going on right now. BOGO and the 60% off. Y'all, if you're not using Penny at your disposal, I did a video last week about how to sort your list to figure out who your people are that have bought CC Cream, who your people are that have bought whatever, and you go and send them a message and let them know about this sale. They're probably going to be mad at you if you don't tell them. So you're not being spammy. They don't know if you don't tell them. Okay, that just did that little thumbs up thing. That was weird. All right, you guys, I love y'all so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful week and a Merry Christmas to all of you. And I will see you next Thursday. Bye, y'all. Love you.